بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. This is a very difficult question for all Muslims because all of us have love of Quran. Every Muslim that says La ilaha illallah, every Muslim that says Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam believes in the Quran, respects the Quran, loves the Quran, even recites the Quran. Many of you, mashallah, are hufaz of the Quran, or you listen to the recitation of the Quran every day. Some of you even study the Quran, meaning study the tafsir of the Quran, the meanings of the Quran. Some of you have copies of translation in your homes and you go through that every day. And all of this we do to try to stay connected with the Quran. But what I'm hoping to do in today's lecture is to look at it from a different point of view. It's to maybe revisit what does it mean to connect to Allah's word. And I don't know if you want me to start now, get it there and start now.
Please, you can start now, please.
So, in order to, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm very honored that I'm here in Jakarta for the first time. And just being in the land of Muslims makes me very happy. And Allah has blessed this country with La ilaha illallah. And as I come here, it's a very short trip. I'll be leaving soon, but I will be making a lot of dua for you, and that Allah Azza wa Jal makes this country an example for the entire ummah and an example for the entire world of what the beauty of Islam truly is. What I want to share with you today about connecting with the Quran begins with what you will think it's a different topic. But by the end, inshallah ta'ala, I hope that you will see that everything is connected. And I want to start with Ibrahim alayhi salam. We're going to start today with Ibrahim alayhi salam. I know that I have two sessions today. This session is about 40 minutes, then we have a break for salah, and then we come back again. And the second session is what I'm going to try to do to complete what I start in this session. So the first session is going to be half the story, and then the next of it will be the complete story, inshallah. Okay. Ibrahim alayhi salam, as you all know, lived in a society where he was the only one who had guidance. Nobody else had guidance. His father did not believe. Some say that was his uncle. He did not believe. Actually, he was the one who built the idols. Everybody around him worshipped idols. You want me to hold this? Yes? Okay, I'll hold this. Everybody around him worshipped idols. So he was the only one who accepted the faith in Allah. And when he did that, and he stood by that faith, he got into a lot of trouble with his own family. And he had to even declare, Inna bura'a'u minkum, the few people who believed in him. Quran tells us, he said, I have nothing to do with any of you. Basically, in today's language, you let go of your citizenship. I'm no longer a citizen of this place. I'm leaving. When he does this, as he is leaving, he speaks to Allah. He gives a speech to Allah. Ibrahim alayhi salam in the Quran is very different from the other prophets, because you find more dua from him than any other prophet. You find a lot of dua coming from Ibrahim alayhi salam. This is important because Islam has many names. And one of the names of Islam is Millat Ibrahim, the religion of Ibrahim, the legacy of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And that religion, at the heart of it, is making a lot of dua. Anyway, so he makes this dua, he makes a statement to Allah. He says, الَّذِي خَلَقَنِي فَهُوَ يَهْدِينِ, the one who made me, and then he guides me. He's the one who guides me. Two parts. He made me, and he guides me. Allah created all of us. But for a lot of people, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ, did you think we just made you without any purpose and you can do whatever you want? And you're not going to come back to us? Ibrahim alayhi salam understood, Allah didn't just make me. He didn't just make my hands, my eyes, my feet, my body. He didn't just give me the ability to speak. He also gave me guidance. He told me how to live. He's given me instructions. Imagine he's the only one who says this. Nobody else around him believes this. So he says, not only did Allah make me, but He also continues to guide me. فَهُوَ يَهْدِينِ. Then He says, وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينِ. He's the one who gives me food to eat, and He gives me drink for drink. Allah, subhanAllah, He first mentioned guidance, then He mentioned food, and He mentioned drink. Allah gives all of us food and drink. He understands after being created, your number one need is guidance. And that need is more important than food and is more important than drink. And you know, food and drink, you don't need it all the time. You need food, if you eat food, you're okay for a few hours, then you need it again, and you're okay for a little bit. Some of you have a problem, you need it every 5 minutes. But for the rest of you, you take a break before you eat again. And then same thing with drink. You know, the more difficult the weather, the more you have to drink. The more heated it is, the more you have to drink. He actually puts guidance before all of them, almost to say you need regular guidance more regularly than you need food, and more regularly than you need to drink. And Allah gives me that most essential need first, and then He fulfills my need for eating and my need for eating and my need for drinking. I want you to think about this also.